Rafizi Ramli has cautioned against targeting only one individual in the corporate mafia probe. Meanwhile, the IGP has clarified that Zamri Vinod was handcuffed according to legal procedures. Stay tuned for this and more on KiniNews. Pandan MP Rafizi Ramli has warned that the government could be hit with another series of explosive leaks if it only targets businessperson Victor Chin over the corporate mafia allegations. Speaking on a podcast last night, Rafizi said he believed Chin probably keeps records and proof of all transactions he made in the course of his business, just like businessperson Albert Tei did in the Sabah mining corruption scandal.
Saya nak ingatkan dan saya nak nasihat lah kot. Kalau saya lah ada di Putrajaya, orang keliling Datuk Seri Anwar ke apa semua ni, atau orang keliling di Bukit Aman, orang keliling di SPRM, berhati-hati tau. Besar kemungkinan Victor Chin ni ada semua bukti. Disimpan semua ni. Kamu pergi kejar dia, nak jadikan dia satu-satunya kambing hitam, keluar habis nanti. Jadi sebab itu contohnya, keluar habis, dia jumpa siapa. For all you know, dia rekod semua.
Rafizi also questioned why the authorities are not going after other names mentioned by Bloomberg in its expose about the scandal last month. Last Friday, the police raided Chin's properties at Sungai Long and Kemensa, Selangor in connection with their probe into the corporate mafia scandal. Following this, Chin had stated that he was not part of the corporate mafia. He also questioned why investigations are focused on him instead of those who deserve scrutiny. Self-proclaimed activist Tamim Dahri Abdul Razak, who is wanted by authorities over the desecration of a sacred Hindu symbol, says he is willing to surrender to police, but on one condition. He said he would return to the country and turn himself in to the police if authorities demolish a list of allegedly illegal Hindu temples. A post on the Tanah Melaya social media account said that the strategists of Tanah Melaya come from technical backgrounds instead of arts, and so are just familiar with one thing, which is problem solving. However, the post said today they will try to act like artists. It added that Tamim is ready to return to Malaysia and surrender himself to the police in the near future with one condition, that these illegal temples are demolished. Tanah Melaya is an activist group founded by Tamim that actively collects and shares information about temples allegedly built without permission in Malaysia. 4 temples were listed in the post, one at Jalan Pandan Mas in Kuala Lumpur, the Temple of Bukit Mertajam Hospital in Penang, the Seafield Old Temple, and the Jekyll Temple. In a reply to the posting, Tamim confirmed that he made the offer to surrender. When asked if he would only return after the temples are demolished or upon the authorities promise to do so, Tamim said either would do. Tamim was supposed to be charged in Langkawi on Tuesday for desecrating a sacred Hindu symbol, but prosecutors sought a postponement to allow them to bring him to court. The court was informed that Tamim is in Riyadh. However, Tamim's own social media posts indicated he was in Medina. From now on, you can also listen to KiniNews on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Scan the QR code on the screen to follow us. Inspector General of Police Khalid Ismail said independent preacher Zamri Vinod was brought to court in handcuffs on Tuesday in accordance with legal procedures and regulations. He said Zamri's initial arrest involved a case under Section 505 of the Penal Code. He added that Zamri is also being investigated under the Sedition Act 1948, which requires a different procedural approach. Bernama quoted Khalid as saying that the offences for which police made previous arrests vary. Some are bailable and some are not, particularly during the early stage of the arrests involving 4 cases in Putrajaya under Section 505 of the Penal Code. At the same time, he said there are cases under the Sedition Act that require their own specific procedures. Khalid added that these differing procedures may confuse the public, but he assured that all processes are carried out in accordance with the law and represent standard practice within the legal system. On Tuesday, Zamri and activist Arun Durasami were among 3 individuals brought to court in different states over charges of making statements that could cause public alarm. A man arrested in connection with the recent attack and arson case against social media personality S. Chandra Segaran, better known as Cigu Chandra, has accused the police of torturing him while in custody. Malaysia Kini learned that the 40-year-old tow truck operator had lodged a police report over the matter on March 17th. He claimed that police beat him several times during interrogation at the Serdang District Police Headquarters. Among other, he alleged that at least 2 police officers used their footwear to beat him on the head, while one put a pencil between his toes and twisted it, causing severe pain. In his report cited by Malaysia Kini, he also alleged that an unidentified officer electrocuted his right ear while his eyes were covered. The man said the officers who dealt with the alleged abuse included a Malay and a non-Malay. He claimed that police had tortured him to force a confession to the alleged crimes. His lawyer S. Vinesh told Malaysia Kini that the report was lodged in Subang Jaya soon after his client was released from police custody on Tuesday. They are also planning to lodge a complaint with Suhakam. Selangor Police Chief Shazali Kahar, when contacted, confirmed that a report had been lodged. The suspect was among 12 individuals police hauled up over the attacks on Chandra Segaran's properties.
If you like the stories we produce, consider supporting us by subscribing to Malaysia Kini. Click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen to subscribe.
The recent presence of 2 United States Navy vessels in Penang was a routine port of call for logistical purposes that had received official approval from Putrajaya. This is according to Defense Minister Khalid Nordin. In a statement, he said that the USS Santa Barbara and USS Tulsa docked at the North Butterworth Container Terminal from March 14th to 16th. He said the stopover enabled the vessels to carry out replenishment, maintenance, and provide rest for crew members before continuing their voyage. According to Bernama, Khalid stated that port of call visits by foreign naval vessels at Malaysian ports are not new and have long been part of established international defense relations. He stressed that Malaysia has clear procedures in place where every docking request must go through official channels and is subject to approval by the Malaysian government. Khalid says such visits are part of efforts to enhance confidence-building measures while safeguarding the country's sovereignty and territorial integrity. He added that the practice is in line with the Defense White Paper to ensure regional stability and global peace.
Bersatu has dismissed its Port Dickson Division Chief, Bajul Hisham Shaharin, better known as Che Gubard. In a notice seen by Malaysia Kini, Board Chairperson Radzi Manan said the action was taken after Bajul allegedly breached Clause 9.1.4 of the party's constitution and its members' Code of Conduct and Ethics.
Clause 9.1.4 relates to members' responsibilities to carry out party work and participate in meetings and activities. Radzi also noted that Bajul failed to respond to a show cause letter issued on March 10th. The notice did not detail the alleged violations. However, Bajul reportedly told the media on Tuesday that he had been accused of tarnishing the party's image during a press conference on July 9th last year. He was also asked to explain several remarks made on social media, where he used derogatory terms such as Barua and Mangkok Hayun. Bajul is the latest high-profile figure to be sacked by Bersatu in recent weeks. On February 13th, the party dismissed 17 other leaders, including its Deputy President Hamzah Zainuddin.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to Kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, X, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Camelia. Thanks for watching.